guys, we are back in Eve, and we're going to do our first mission today. We've got a mission here available to us from Aura, who is the chick who runs the tutorial mission. She's like your computer guide, whatever. But before we do, we're going to go check out the inventory, and I noticed that I had a prototype cerebral accelerator. I've just been trying to sort out my inventory here and there. You'll notice that I've repackaged the weapons that came with the original ship and that sort of thing. Got a prototype cerebral here, and if we look at the info, it's a booster, which is something that you put on your character to boost your attributes. So if we look here at our attributes, it says we've got 20 points in most of all of them apart from charisma, which is 19. What we can do, if we click on, if you look down here, it says +9 to all attributes, and it only lasts for 14 days. So if we consume, you cannot consume this booster while a skill is being trained. So what we've got to do is we've got to go up to our skills list. Please ignore my phone. We go up to our skills list and we hit pause. Yep. And then we go down to cerebral, consume. Pardon me. And now if we look at our attributes, they've got a significant boost now, which is excellent. And hopefully the intelligence boost, if we now click apply down here, you'll notice that all of these have gone down significantly, considering that our intelligence points have just gone up by 9. So it's pretty cool. It helps. What I might do is I might put the miner and the electron onto this ship. It's reduced it so much that I've now got an empty skill slot at the top here, so I might just throw I've got scout drone operations, so I can use those guys now. I don't really like going through all my skills and stuff on camera because it can be quite a tedious process. Let's put capacitor management. We'll learn that 3 times quicker. There we go. That just fills out the list. And with those sorts of skills, capacitor management, electronics, maybe not electronics upgrades, but definitely energy grid upgrades, power grid management, that sort of thing, they make it easier to fly your ship. Like, you can put more stuff on there and it doesn't use as much CPU power and things like that. So that's all good. We've got our skill list sorted. Now, to fit stuff to the ship, I think I've already gone over this, but if you just right click on it and click fit to active ship, that's one way to do it. Or you can simply click and drop the item over. And I think, can I use salvages yet? Prerequisites, salvaging level 1. So, and to get that, I think you need something else as well. Prerequisites, survey level 3, and I think that's already in the training queue. So if we look at skills quickly, go to training queue. So what was it we needed? Show info. Survey level 3. I think I've already got survey. Yeah, so we'll fit that in there and just get it up to level. So we can use our salvager in that. Oh, yeah, we want to apply our changes. Do you want to apply changes? Yes. Right, now our ship's kitted out with a basic mining laser and a basic civilian blaster. And what we're going to do is we're going to close all this. I tried tidying up my inventory a little bit, it didn't really work. And we're going to click on Aura and we're going to right click start conversation. You can also click this little button down here. Now we've got to fly to the location in space, retrieve our ship and use it to carry back an item from a local Galente cargo rig. So the thing with this mission is it's supposed to be one of those tutorial missions, so it doesn't think you've got a ship at the moment. So what we're going to do is with this we're going to right click on Sistiavart and put add waypoint, right? Or add destination. Oh, actually no, because it's already in the system we're in. So if this was outside of the system, it would ask you to add destination. If it's in the system, it'll ask you to add waypoint, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. Up in the top left here, you'll see the sort of autopilot route. And I'll explain in another episode why autopilot is a terrible decision to use if you are trying to go long distances through terrible places. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. We've got our waypoint set. We are going to leave our ship, So we're in our pod. And then what we're going to do is we're going to undock. So now that we've undocked, what we can do is we can right click in space. Oh, Tynani. Oh, someone's just self-destructed their pod, which is a bit weird. Right, agent missions. Now you can do it through this, or I think there's a way to do it through the waypoints. We're just going to do it through this. To location. It's an encounter in Dead Space. I don't know why she's getting me to go here in my pod. I think these are combat missions, so this could be a bit dangerous. They get you to jump through a couple of gates, and it's like, right, go here, do this. It's sort of just a little lesson in how to use jump gates and that sort of thing, so... Here we go, whatever we're coming up on. If there are enemies here, I'm going to bolt, but I don't think there are going to be. Hopefully not, anyway. Alright. Velator. Now, I can apparently dock with this ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to approach. So it is mine. Approaching Destiny Aloysius' Velator. So I've got 2 of these now. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to board ship. I think you've got to be within range. Oh no, there we go. You do have to be within a certain range, I know for a fact. So now we've got another Velator. And I think if we look in the cargo bay, inventory, oh, nothing found. So we do need to find, if we look at our journal, which is this one, covering the basics. Now we can right click on this, read details. Follow the tutorial steps. I will guide you to a hidden location in space. Fly to the location in space, retrieve your ship and use it to carry back an item from a local Galante cargo rig. Location Sistiavert. So what we need to do is, I think we need to use the acceleration gate. So we're going to activate the gate.
Warp drive active.
And we haven't got any weapons fitted, so hopefully it won't get us into a combat situation. Should be nice. So that wasn't too bad. We're here. Galante cargo rig. So what we want to do is we want to approach it. Oh, we're already within range. So we'll just orbit it at 1,000 meters. Oh, actually, what we want to do is we want to orbit it at 500 meters, because otherwise it's out of range of our cargo ability, opening their cargo bay. So we need to be quite close to it to open it up. Freedom of operation. Okay, so if we right click on that, no. If we click and drag into our cargo bay, so now we've got the freedom of operation. And now what I think we've got to do is return to our home base. So we'll read the details again quickly. So we've done all this, there's a tick by it now. Now we right click, we click home station, or we just go down to covering the basics to make sure we go to exactly the right place. And we can just go down and click right click on docks, or left click on docks in the menu. So that wasn't too bad. That was just a nice little mission. We needed a little bit of money to sort of get ourselves some weapons and that. No one really buys the sort of starter ships off you and that. You can turn them into salvage, and I think you can turn them into minerals and sell their mineral worth, but again, that's not really worth it. They're better to just keep as shuttles, really, to just ferry you from system to system. Here we go.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, so here we are, we're back in the space station, and what we're going to do is we're now going to right click on Aura, and we're going to start that conversation back up. Now, if you go down here, you can click complete mission. Excellent work. For completing the mission, you have received a reward. Note that for some missions, this reward will be an item that the agent will drop in your hangar, while in others, it will be a transfer to your wallet, interstellar credits, the currency used by pod pilots. Your next mission will involve combat, so you should learn to refit your new starship now. When you're ready for that, click the request mission button. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to close that for now, and it will show that she's offered us a second mission, but before we do that, we're just going to check the journal. Oh, no, no, no. What we're going to do is we're not going to let the mouse freak out. We are going to leave the ship. And if we go up to here to our inventory, we'll see ship hangar. And that's our first Velotor. Here is our second Velotor, so we can repackage it. Yep. So there you go. You'll notice the ships don't stack, but that kind of makes sense. They're quite big things, you know, spaceships. And what we're going to do is we're going to make active our... I can never remember the name of this ship. Magnate. That's the one. Now, if you remember from the last episode, this ship is already fitted out with quite a substantial payload in its drone bay. And I think we can just click on that to open it. So it's got 8 hobgoblins in it. They're scout drones. And they pack a little bit of a punch for our low-level abilities. What we have got on here is a civilian light electron blaster. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, and a civilian miner. And if we look at our funds, or not personal assets, but wallet, we've still only got 5,000 G, so it's not really... We haven't got enough to buy any sort of weapons that are a bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to just hope that our drones carry us through, and hopefully I can show you how that works. You're doing well so far, Destiny. Your next test will involve some basic combat training. When you are ready, you'll be provided with some modules to fit to your starship. Make sure to keep following the tutorial. I will explain how to fit the modules. Once you are fitted, you will fly out to a location in space to begin your combat training. Once again, you will be provided with the tutorials to guide you along the way. So what we're going to do, same thing as before, we're going to add waypoint. And we're going to accept the mission. And then we're going to close that. Now, I think we would have been given some new stuff to outfit our ship with. Let's have a little look. There's people and places. Where's my bloody inventory? There it is. And item hanger. It doesn't look like it, but what we'll do is we will fly out to the area. I might be jumping the gun a little bit on this. Start conversation. Head to the location in space, start by destroying the fuel depot, and then move on to destroy the pirates in the next area. Okay, so I don't want to jump the gun, but this sounds like a pretty easy mission. So hopefully I haven't just jinxed it. Oh, and while we're on our way there, quickly, if we look at the market, which we can do wherever, we go to Vexor, which is the ship I used to fly. Ah, nothing found. It might be only one X. Ships, there we go. Vexor. So this is the ship I used to fly. It's my baby. And we're definitely going to be working towards one of these. Because they're awesome. So, in fact, let's just have a quick look at the attributes. Capacity, cargo hold capacity is quite big, but you can fit it out to be bigger. It's got 2,000 hit points, a bit of a tank for this class of ship. Drone capacity 125 meters squared. It's not great, but it's better than most. And the drone bandwidth means you can have quite a few drones out there. I think you can only have a maximum of 5 on certain skill levels, and a possibility of a maximum of 10 via bonuses with the ship. So there'll be some ships that are designated as drone boats, which you can use specifically as drone boats, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the combat mission, encounter dead space, warp to location.
Warp drive active.
Let's get behind our ship. There we go. This game is so beautiful, you know. Every time I get a new computer, I'm like, right, I'm going to play Eve to test out, to see if the graphics in this, on this new rig are any good. And, yeah, I think I'm a bit naive. I think really it's all just a really pretty background, and the ship is what takes up the majority of the thing. Like, this could just be a picture, you know. Right, so we're going to have to go through the acceleration gate.
Warp drive.
And you notice I've got the overview on general, so I should be able to see most things of importance. Now this should be... oh. You can blow up pirates in normal sec space because they're pirates, you know. They're just bad people. And I think we've got to go through another acceleration gate, unless there's something in the area that I'm meant to be interacting with. Hello? No? Let's stick the overview on all. Fuel depot, there we go. So if we... What we got to do, we got to destroy it. That seems a bit much. Where's the journal? So this is the nice thing about the journal. You can just keep checking everything. So read details. Head to the location in space. Start by destroying the fuel depot and then move on to destroy the pirates in the next area. So you can assume that this is a pirate fuel depot. And we're only 503 meters away from it. I don't really want to blow it up when we're 503 meters away. So what we're going to do is we're going to orbit at 5,000 meters, but I can't remember what the drop-off range is for my my drones. Now, you're going to have to forgive me for a moment while I remember how to open the drone bay, because I can't remember the keyboard command. But this should do. Hang on, I think there's a way to separate this off, but there's no need. So, launch drones, and I think we can only launch 3. Right, so 3 drones is good, and here we go. Over on the side here is the drone control panel. Now what we want to do, since this is our first combat mission, sort of, we want to click on this fuel depot, and then we want to lock it as a target. So lock target. Oh, that locking animation, that's smooth, I like that. And I'm going to move this off to one side. Now what you can do with your drones is you can right click drones in space, and you can tell them to engage the target. And you can see up here, this is losing health very quickly. See you later. Oh, that wasn't a fuel depot. That was like a little cloud in the sky. Right, now you need to get your drones to return an orbit. Otherwise, there's a good chance you're going to lose them. 260 from anomaly. Okay. Ah, see, now if you look down here, this is a good chance to explain this. You'll notice that, I think because I was just hit by that shockwave, it took my shields all the way down, and this is quite an important part of your ship. So you've got shields, armor, and I think health or hull integrity. Let's go up there. Yeah, structure status. So your shields are the first ones to go, and once they reach 0, they'll start affecting your armor, and then once armor is 0, your hull integrity starts getting affected, and once your hull integrity reaches 0, your ship explodes, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. I might get these drones to come back into the bay because they are they're looking a little bit worse for wear. Everything seems to run on this sort of standardised shields, armour, hull kind of deal, so even your drones are affected by that. Not affected by your one, but they've got their own ones that they're affected by, if that makes sense. They've each got individual stats, as you saw up here. In fact, if we launch one of the drones again, launch this drone, you'll see that he's got a shield that is healing, all shields repair as far as I'm aware, and then you'll see that his armour is low. His armour's not going to repair unless I get an armour repair drone. I think they can help each other out, and then you'll see that his health is full because his shields and that seem to take the brunt of the damage. So we are going to return this guy to drone bay. We're going to wait for our shields to heal up a little bit. We're going to approach the acceleration gate. So what we're going to do is we are going to approach, and hopefully by the time we get there, our shields will have regenerated, and that won't be a problem anymore. They've changed a lot in this game. Like the drones feel a bit more not immersed, but they feel more like drones. In the older versions of the games, they just sort of, you release them from your ship and they sort of started pew 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 pew. Now they feel like, yeah, they're doing some proper damage. They're proper part of the fight, if that makes sense. And if we go back to looking at the Vexor quickly, this is the nice thing about this game, is you can literally check the market anywhere. If we go back to looking at the Vexor, the armor status on this, I seem to remember just buffing for the sheer hell of it. It was quite an easy thing to do. In fact, how do we... Information, here we go. Structure hit points 2000 HP, and if we look down here, the armor hit points 2000 HP, shield capacity is 1100. See, now out of all of these, I think I did the armor because it had like the highest rating out of all the ones that you can affect with percentage boosts. So say you put an armor upgrade on your ship, it would usually do it in percentage. Same with the storage, it will do it by like 20%, or I think it might just be 5%, then a little bit more than that, and then depending on faction ones and higher level ones, it changes depending on those sort of optional things. But we are probably going to get a Vexor and increase its armor hit points, because shield capacity is quite low on this ship. So if we do the armor, there's a good chance they might start burning through it, but we can always just get the ship repaired once we start getting a bit more money. So here's the acceleration gate. Our shields are 68%. I'm going to jump at 70%, I think. Yeah, let's go. So we use the acceleration gate. And these are sort of subspace gates, so these are ones that sort of jump you around the system that you're already in, whereas the bigger ones that I'll get into at a later date, they send you from system to system. So that's how they work. Because I don't think a ship can do it on its own. So we've got a bandit spot. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to target them up and release the drones. So launch drones. Get these guys. And why hasn't it targeted him, I wonder? Target. And now that he's targeted, we'll engage the target with the drones and set to orbit at 1,000 meters. I don't think they expected you to come in here with drones in the first... Oh, this combat menu up here is really nice. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to return and orbit. Now, you'll notice from that the pirate was still attacking me, kind of ignored all my drones and that. That is one of the advantages of flying drones, is that the enemy tends to focus more on you than the drones. So they can do their damage, like so. And you can just go do your thing. Now, the other thing you can do, once you've wrecked a ship, you can check out its cargo bay for salvage. So there was nothing in that, so we can just get rid of that one. And if we go over to Bandit Sabot, the other one that we were just attacking, we might be able to get some stuff out of this. I like the little combat log that comes up on the middle of the screen now. That's excellent. Okay, so it seems to be that all the pirates have been dealt with. If we check the journal, we'll find out. So then read details. Go down here. Question. The tick is in there. So we can call our drones back to their bay. Return to drone bay. And now we can return to our home station. Dock.
Warp drive active.
So there you go. That was a little insight into how the drones work and how combat works in EVE. We'll get into it a little more in depth, and once I get to the Vexor, I tend to get two Vexors, one to kit out for mining and the other one to kit out. So the one for mining will have slightly larger hull space and things like that. It will still be a can miner. I'll still pod mine with it, and I'll get into that again in a later date. That's sort of something that we need to cover if I'm going to be successful at mining. I think things might have changed a little bit. I don't think can mining is the way to do things anymore, but we're old school, man. We're going to do this the old school way.
Docking permission requested.
And what else was I going to say? So,
Accepted.
yeah, we'll get into mining at a later date, but I do tend to get two Vexors, one for combat and one for mining, and then I get a... I can't remember what the ore ships are called, but they're long. I think either Badger? I think Badger's one of the ore ships. Let's just check the market. Although saying that, I think Badger isn't the one. Iteron. I think... Is it Iteron? Bear with me here, folks. I think it might be Iteron. Iteron Mark 5. Okay, so this ship is an absolute beast. It has got... I think I just got to the Iteron Mark 4, though. Which, for some reason, seems to have a higher capacity when upgraded than this ship here, which is odd. But I'll go into that a little bit later. So we look at attributes, and you'll see that the... where's... capacity? Capacity is 5,800 meters cubed, and the Vexor can quite happily can mine into that, no problem. So what you do is you set up on an asteroid belt, mine with the Vexor with its mining bonuses or whatever, fit it for mining, get your mining drones out there, and every time they complete a cycle, dump the ores that you've mined into a jettisoned can, and then come back later in the Iteron and pick it all up, and that's that pretty much. You've got loads of ores, and it's the quickest way to do it. In my opinion, I think things have changed, so I could be wrong. We'll start a conversation with Aura, and we will complete the mission. Well done. You're almost ready to begin your career as a capsuleer, but there is one last task. You must retrieve your pilot certification from one of our local academies. Request the next mission when you are ready. Close. So I'm going to go get my pilot's license, even though I've been flying around the universe for God knows how long with this ship. And once that's done, I will catch you guys back up when we go to... we might do another couple of missions. We might go find an agent who's willing to take us on in this early game stage, or we might go scope out a few minefields or something and see which ones have got the most bounty. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.